They say that the truth will set you free. We've never heard the truth, so I'm going to keep her picture in front of you because this seems to be what people like. She's lived nothing but a life of luxury at the expense of her own country. She's a traitor, just as her father was a traitor. George VI stole the crown from his brother, my father, King Edward VIII, who was married to my mom, a beautiful lady, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor. The people who should be held accountable for crimes in The Hague, Netherlands, is Elizabeth. Her father's dead, so only God can do that. Hope he's still around up there, correct? Watching all this play out, and I hope he steps in and stops it, because only he can deliver the right decision on all this. She sold, as her father did, out to the United States. They worked for the United States, not the British government. They signed treaties that are illegal because they're not legal to sign them, letting the United States put military bases all over Great Britain, everything British, to where now the British has nothing. I hope that it's time to put the right people in prison and spread the truth all over the Hague, Netherlands. And I want to say this, because I sound like I'm rambling. I'm on pain pills. Okay, I want to show her smiling face, because she didn't climb the Appalachian Trail. She didn't go through hell, starving and freezing and begging for her children to find them, and suffer the psychological warfare, everything in the book done to me. Because of her father in this country, the Kennedys, the Roosevelts, the Rothschilds, the New World Order, the Kissinger. Oh, yeah. If they ever tell about the Watergate tapes and what was on them, 18-minute gap instead of lying about it, let you see the real truth and how it plays out in front of the world. If they still think you're beautiful and this country's a nice country, the thing that's made them nice is they've covered up the truth. Now then, if I could get war crimes against them, which it should be, into the Netherlands, that's where they're held. This is where a relative, she's the same kin to Elizabeth she is to me. She was Queen Beatrix, or I'm not sure how they spell it or pronounce it there. And for God's sake, don't let me mispronounce someone's name. She's a relative who stood by too and watched it and let it happen. And as my name was taken from me, much like 007 secret agent man, they took away my name and gave me a number. So anyway, if I were to, I could never get anything into The Hague. You're taking the very people to court who control it, the United States, Elizabeth and Company, and my relative there. I'm not sure that she abdicated, so it belongs to her son now. And by the way, when the Queen of the Netherlands, Beatrix, I will pronounce it, became queen, it's ironic. It was April the 30th of 80. April Fool Day of 80 is when they tried to kill me again and put antifreeze in me, and I should have died. So I could keep going because it goes back to the psychological warfare. It goes back to I lived in a pigsty where the United States took me and dumped me off and gave me the name of a twin, Peggy Ann CHildr, and both of them were dead. So I grew up thinking that was my name, and the woman that I grew up with was a psychopath, Lina, who'd killed her twin. So that was a horrible nightmare all my life. But then I married John Childers, and come to find out he worked for the CIA, had all kinds of connections, so that was put together and meant to be. Had my two sons, Mark and Scott, beautiful young men. I don't know where they are. They have never been told the truth. I haven't seen them really, but a couple of times since '80 when that was done to me, the antifreeze. In other words, brain damage. Not a thing was done. The British, I look back, the British were there and saved my life. I didn't know why until '83 when I got in the campaign and was flown out to Larry Flint's, who seemed to be the only one that would help me. I started finding out my real name, and the British have confirmed that. That's not here nor there. It's true. There was a 99-year seal put on my dad's demise, really, and they kidnapped me, so that sealed the deal with the 99-year. Why can't they open up the 99-year seal and a DNA on me would tell the truth, not like Anastasia that was covered up. By the way, she was murdered in May of '84. Now somebody's listening to this outside, I guess. Anyway, when I'm talking about mind control, that's what the United States has done. Talk about war crimes. They've done it on their own people, and that's what the FBI agent in Atlanta in '82 said to me. It's only when they see how it affects them that they'll care. What you do is that instead of earplugs, like you can take out, you can Google this, mind control, MK Ultra, Monarch Project, all this. I didn't know that until a friend gave me this, and I could download from YouTube. I'd been telling this since '80. I'd worked for doctors and found out how they put chips and bypasses and control your decision making. They can program you to go out and shoot, fly a plane into the side of a mountain or whatever. You can make people do anything. So whoever holds whatever agency controls all this really controls the world in the end. So I'm going to sound scattered here and everything, so maybe I better just go. I pretty much said in the other videos that I've uploaded what needed to be said. What needs to be said is United States being held accountable, first of all, and the truth laid out in front of the world there and see who they want to believe from then on. So I'm just going to sign out, except the United States, not only psychological warfare, but the people that it has killed and programmed using it has been mass. You talk about mass chemical. The chemicals have been used on me, like I said. Everything in the book has. But it should be laid out because well, anyway, you can judge for yourself if you care to stop and think about it. But I'll tell you some of the people that I know that mind control was used on. It was used on Wayne Williams murders. It was used on Gene Seberg. All you have to do is Wikipedia, and CONTELPRO is part of the total law enforcement getting together. John Wayne, the Duke, was killed. Made it look good. Magnetic healing, you can heal. Way back, this is from Tesla files that were stolen. You can create the illness much like psychosomatic illness. You can create it and you can cure it. So can you imagine what this information would do to the hospitals, the grants to the colleges? I've told this since '80, and I've paid a hefty price before and after. I've turned it over to the media, which is controlled by the Rockefellers, Rothschilds. So the media is not going to tell it. The only one who's told any of the truth is Coast to Coast, Art Bell, and George Norrie. And people like this that have told the truth. They do not mention me. No one does. And everybody knows it. And you know why they don't? Because if the truth about it all was shown to the world, I don't think the Americans would have one ally.